Hello trainers, and thank you for checking out our very first Pokemon summary video. I'm your host, Professor Snorlax, and in this video, we will be covering one of my personal favorite Pokemon, MAGNEZONE. At the time that this video is being made, MAGNEZONE is in the overused tier on Smogon. Although his speed stat is low and he faces some serious competition from other electric types in the meta, there are plenty of situations where you may find this weird UFO magnet monster to be exactly what you need on your team. MAGNEZONE's electric steel typing gives it 1 immunity and an amazing 11 resistances, the highest amount for any Pokemon in the entire game. An immunity to both poison and paralysis are handy tools to have, and burn does not concern MAGNEZONE very much as it is a special attacker. While its base speed stat is low, it has a high base special attack stat of 130 and relatively high HP and defenses, meaning this Pokemon can hit hard and also take a hit or two before being knocked out. Its signature ability is Magnet Pull, which prevents Steel-type Pokemon from switching. This means that he's very useful for trapping and eliminating those pesky Steel types such as Mega Scizor and Metagross, and it makes him an ideal partner for a Fairy and Dragon type, such as Sylveon and Dragonite, that are afraid of Steel and Fairy types on your opponent's side of the field. There are a few drawbacks to using MAGNEZONE on your team as well. It is slow and has a very shallow move pool, most of which are stab moves. This means that it usually has to rely on hidden power for coverage. On top of that, MAGNEZONE has a 4x weakness to ground-type moves and a 2x weakness to fire-type and fighting-type moves. All of this means that this Pokemon has a very niche and specific use, and that use is shrinking with every new generation of games. The standard moveset for MAGNEZONE consists of Volt Switch, Hidden Power Fire, Flash Cannon, and Thunderbolt, while holding Choice Scarf with an EV spread of 4 defense, 252 special attack, 252 speed with a Timid nature. The idea behind this set is to be able to trap common Steel types such as Ferrothorn with Magnet Pull, and then take them out with Hidden Power. The idea behind this set is to be able to trap common Steel types such as Ferrothorn with Magnet Pull and then take them out with Hidden Power Fire. Flash Cannon is a powerful stab move that can two-hit KO Fairy types while providing neutral damage to Ground and Dragon types that MAGNEZONE generally will struggle with. Volt Switch provides an easy way to switch it out with another Pokemon while still dishing out damage in order to keep your opponent guessing and to gain momentum. Thunderbolt is there to serve as a more powerful stab move to knock out anything you need to kill fast, and can also be spammed while you're locked into a Choice Scarf. The focus on speed EVs and the use of Choice Scarf in this set make MAGNEZONE surprisingly fast, making it able to check things that it normally would not be able to check, like Mega Pinsir and Talonflame. Its typing makes it 4 times resistant to flying type moves and that they are known to spam, and can therefore one-hit KO them or force them to switch out. There's also a variant of this same set that holds Choice Specs instead of Choice Scarf, and uses an EV spread of 168 HP, 252 special attack, and 88 speed with a modest nature. This puts more emphasis on MAGNEZONE's high special attack stat instead of making up for its low speed stat, but takes away from its usefulness against the fly spammers that I mentioned earlier. The final moveset that I will cover today is the less common but very fun to play one. We will still use Hidden Power Fire, Flash Cannon, and Thunderbolt because honestly, there are not that many other offensive moves that make sense to use in its move pool, but we will replace Volt Switch with Magnet Rise. Magnet Rise is an excellent choice for MAGNEZONE because it gives it an immunity to ground-type attacks, which it has a huge weakness to. On this set, it is highly recommended that it holds Air Balloon because Excadrill will outspeed MAGNEZONE before it gets a chance to pull off the Magnet Rise. Other notable moves in MAGNEZONE's pool are Tri-Attack, Signal Beam, different variations of Hidden Power such as Ice and Grass, and Thunder Wave. While significantly less common, any of these can throw your opponent for a loop and potentially give you security through obscurity. If you find yourself on the opposite side of the battle from MAGNEZONE, there are a number of ways to counter it. As I stated earlier in the video, he's definitely a special attacker, so any of the bulky special defense Pokemon, such as Assault Vest Gudra or Blissey, will be able to stall him since MAGNEZONE has no real way to deal any damage to them. To wrap things up, MAGNEZONE is a very fun Pokemon to play in OU. Its typing gives it some convenient resistances to common attacking types such as Fairy, Flying, and Dragon, and its signature ability Magnet Pull is very convenient for trapping and then taking out your opponent's Steel-type Pokemon. It has decent base stats, and its low speed can be accounted for fairly easily in the right set. MAGNEZONE's drawbacks are that outside of that set, it is very slow, being slower even than its own pre-evolution, Magneton. It has crippling weaknesses to ground and fire-type attacks, which are found on just about every team that you will face, and it has a very shallow move pool. Due to the need for choice items, you need to be very adept at predicting your opponent's choices, and if you don't play carefully, you may find that some of those Steel types that MAGNEZONE traps can actually turn the tables with ground or fighting type moves. Despite these drawbacks, a skilled trainer can make very efficient use of this weird niche Pokemon, and it is very fun to play. The majority of the information in this video comes from Cerebi.com, Smogon.com, and Bulbapedia.com, all of which are excellent resources for gathering information on Pokemon that you may be interested in running on your team. And now, back to the live stream.
Oh my God! What am I? Oh God, it hurts! Kill me! Kill me!